Good morning, this is Houndog Steve wishing you a very pleasant morning and a very happy new year. It's New Year's morning, and of course you can hear the drone of the generator in the background. It's topping up those batteries. Anyway, I thought I would just do a quick review of my year since I moved to this property and what led to me to being on this property. And at the same time, I'm going to take you down the last part of the trail that leads down to the creek, and you'll see why it's such a prize. Okie dokie, here we go. So here we are down at the base camp, and I wonder if you recall, I wasn't sure which direction I was going to push this trail in. Well, here's some corn I put down to feed the deer. Looks like they've been getting into that. Anyway, this is the direction I end up going in, because the other directions were too far either side, and I didn't want to stray off the property. As you can imagine, things get a little bit murky when you get out here in the bush. Hard to see lot lines, lot markers. Yes. Anyway, this was a tricky little area to get through here, and yes, it was fun and games. Fun and games. So whilst I'm walking, I wanted to do a little bit of a review of the last year, certainly in my life, and because it has been absolutely stunning. In February of this year, I had no thoughts of moving away from my home. I had set up for retirement. My business, well, I was getting ready to move my business to my property, and there you go, little shallow spots. This was the roughest area to get through here, and I still have some work to do to flatten her out a little bit. But yeah, my business had been struggling. I dropped by 75% because people were just literally too frightened to come into the store. And of course, you know, I'd taken that unpopular stance that it's just a flu, what are we worrying about? And of course that didn't go over very well, and I know many people have suffered, as I did, for taking that stance. To the point, you know, where my business dropped by 75%, as I say. And so, yeah, I was preparing to move my business to my home. I'd bought all the wood. I'd taken a second mortgage out on my home. But by and large, you know, anyone who's seen my previous videos will know that, you know, I had my house set up for surviving anything. You know, with wood heat and greenhouse in the backyard, huge garden, storage, all of this kind of stuff. And yeah, that was my plan going forward. And by the end of February, I had made a decision. This place had come up as an opportunity. My friends really needed somebody to look after this property with the solar and the heat and so on and so forth. You know, it requires some attendance, and of course, you know, they were going down to the city 1 week a month, and also they have another property, so you know, their hands were full. So it was a match made in heaven. And basically at the beginning of March, I had made a full decision, and I put my house on the market last week in March. It sold the first week of April, closed at the end of May, and I moved onto this property the first week of May. And so I can only think that for whatever reason the universe wanted me to be here for the duration of whatever is to come over the next 2 or 3 years. And so who am I to question the universe? And whilst we're on this walk, you know, I'm going to go off in a bit of an interesting direction here, because you know, I think most of you who follow my videos probably see me as a bit of a logical thinker, but you know, I am fully seized by the idea and notion that the frequency of Pisces is changing into the frequency of Aquarius. And just some of the little things that have changed. If you think back over even the last 2,000 years, the references to fish, the fish head hats, the church, this kind of stuff. I think at the peak, probably, as we move towards, the cusp of Aquarius, you would have seen, this ruling of the waves under the ocean. You see Pisces. Pisces is the deep, dark ocean, and it's ruled by Neptune, and Neptune guards the entrance to those caves underneath the deep, dark ocean. That's where all the secrets are. And so yeah, even with cars, we had cars with fins. We had undersea telecommunications cables. Now I know they're still there, but we've essentially gone over to in the air, shifting radio waves through the air. We're trying to get off the planet more and more. We're talking about populating Mars and this kind of stuff. This is a shift from the deep dark ocean, where all the secrets are, into the light and air of Aquarius. And this vibration is affecting everybody. I don't know if some of the younger listeners to my channel, would realize, but when I was a child, if you ever mentioned anything about the Catholic Church, about the Pope, oh my God, you're going to get damned to hell. And yet we all knew, as school children, we all knew that you didn't want to be in the choir, in the with the vicar, because you were going to be the vicar's bum boy, and that's that and all about it. We all knew, but you couldn't talk about it. Well, look at all of that stuff that's come to light. Look at all of the corruption that's come to light. I mean, I think we all knew that corruption was taking place, but I don't think we really knew the depth and the breadth of the trickery that has been played upon the public. And this has all come out. This is the secrets coming out of the caves of Pisces. Look at all the pedophilia that's come out. Ghislaine Maxwell, Prince Andrew, Prince Charles, and Jimmy Savile. Oh my God, Prince Charles wanted Jimmy Savile to be the godfather of his children, for goodness sake. Absolutely insane. And so all of this is coming to the light, and it's going to continue. It's absolutely continue, because a friend and I have discussed this at length, and what we think is going to happen. What this means. With the two fish of Pisces, that allowed you to be a deceiver. That allowed you to stand up on a pulpit and talk to other people about sin, and then go out and feel free to sin yourself. And in Aquarius is not going to stop that. What Aquarius says, okay, if that's what you want to do, you make a choice, because now everybody's going to get to see. You can't hide. You can't put that sheep's clothing on and cover yourself up. And that's what this exposure is bringing, and we can see more and more and more and more. And I think this along with the financial situation, is what is driving this move forward, why the agenda has been suddenly jumped ahead, because it's all coming out and they can't stop it. And we're going to see this. This is going to be ongoing into the distant future. We will be in Aquarius for 2,000 years. And so, strap yourself in. It's going to be an interesting 2022 as this continues to happen. And of course, that jug that Aquarius carries is, of course, pouring out knowledge onto people. And as you can see, there is an unbelievable shift in knowledge coming forward through the internet. It's certainly murky, there's almost too much knowledge right now. But, this is one of the reasons that I am still very bullish about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is truly an Aquarian coin. The whole concept is Aquarian. Absolutely unbelievable. It forces, you see, this is the thing about Aquarius, because we have Saturn involved here. You know, Saturn is a strict teacher, and so these lessons, I think we've reached a point where, you know, the universe is saying you can't sleep anymore. You have to wake up to the reality of the situation if we're going to move forward. And this system we have, quite simply folks, has come to an end. And this is where my trail comes to an end. And this is the stream I was telling you about, that I wanted to get down to here. Dumb old dog. She's discovering what thin ice looks like. Anyway, this is the most beautiful stream. Runs down through these rocks. This area in summertime, well, in wintertime it's pretty impressive. You know, the change of colours, that kind of stuff. Yes, I find that black and white contrast very interesting. But yeah, it's such a beautiful area just to sit and look at the way the ice forms the ledges and where it splashes just down there. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. And again, when you look around, there is all kinds of deer trap, because of course, as I said, water, source of life, can't do without it. And so maybe now you know why I was so I was so keen to get down here and finally put this trail through. And upstream there is another trail. That's why I see I'm not sure where we are on the property here. We could be on Crown land, but there is another trail over there, and that I will pick that up and follow it around, and that will be the loop, the second half of the loop. Now, whether I get onto that this year, I don't know. Well, I will this year, sorry, but in the next little while, I'm not sure, because I've got some things to tidy up here. I got that rustic cabin to finish, and I got to finish splitting those logs, and there's 3 decent sized trees have to come down and be split to stop shading the solar panels in the summertime. So yes, we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful new year and year ahead. I hope that it is a prosperous year, a thoughtful year. And I hope that we see some progress forward and away from the madness that is surrounding us. It will be enough, I think, just to survive the privations that are going to be caused by food shortages, supply line issues. It's going to be an interesting year. Anyway, folks, I wish you well. I hope you take care, and I hope you get to enjoy life like Jasmine is. Just exploring. This is kind of new. This is her first winter, real winter. She was a puppy last winter, and so she didn't really sort of get the whole concept. And so this is all kind of new. Well, you take care, folks, and we'll talk very, very shortly. See you now. Bye.